The Netherlands is extremely well positioned to make a success of the hydrogen supply chain. We have strong industrial clusters already producing and using a lot of hydrogen. We have big ports that can become hydrogen hubs also for the import and export of hydrogen. We have a huge potential for offshore wind to produce green hydrogen. We have extensive gas infrastructure which can be repurposed to become a hydrogen backbone, including cross-border connections. And we have strong technology clusters.
So here in the port of Rotterdam, all the elements of the hydrogen economy comes together. From large-scale import terminal, towards production from offshore wind, towards pipelines that connect the companies in the port of Rotterdam with the production site, but also connecting Rotterdam to the rest of Northwest Europe. So we clearly see already the impact of hydrogen here in the port of Rotterdam. And also we see it accelerating towards the future. It's a huge potential. We work together with different regions and different companies on local, national and international levels, all the way from startup towards international companies. And for example, we have a connection with the Hydrogen Valley in Groningen and also the Kleefse Waard in Arnhem.
We're here in the eastern part of the Netherlands and more specifically at industrial estate Kleefse Waard. And this is really the pinnacle of the production of hydrogen equipment. Within this region there's tremendous effort on bringing hydrogen further. Companies like Hygear, who produce hydrogen as a manufacturer, companies like Ellistor, who actually produce batteries based on hydrogen bromide, which is kind of an in-between for storage towards hydrogen solutions, and a company like Netstek, who builds PEM fuel stacks for hydrogen. It's important to build a complete environment to make the next step. So it's a triple helix approach. Governments, research and industry need to work together to make the next step.
The Dutch government is very much committed to support this development. Hydrogen is an important element in our climate agreement. So we will work to create the right conditions, regulation, legislation, safety, financial instruments for innovation, for scaling up.
Yeah, also here in the northern part of the Netherlands we are very ambitious about hydrogen. Together with Shell and Gasunie, Groningen Seaports as a port authority, we started a project. It's called North H2. And in this project we produce wind offshore, transport this electricity towards the ports, make hydrogen out of it and then transporting it to the customers, the industrial customers in the Netherlands but also in other parts of Europe. In this project we will generate 10 gigawatt on electricity in 2040 and with this enormous amount of energy we will produce 800,000 tons of hydrogen. And these 800,000 tons of hydrogen will reduce the CO2 emissions in this area with 7 megatons a year.
International partnership is key for the speedy development of the hydrogen market. We are very keen on developing partnerships with other countries. We welcome companies, knowledge institutions from other countries to come to the Netherlands and see what's going on here. We also very much support Dutch companies to go abroad and learn from developments in other countries.
As an embassy, we promote and facilitate collaboration between Dutch and Japanese parties. We organize missions, public-private partnerships, webinars, etc. We make use of a good network of advisors and decision makers from both countries.
The Dutch approach to the energy transition and the role that hydrogen plays in this transition is super interesting to California, precisely because California has the most ambitious decarbonization goals of the entire United States. And we found there's lots of mutual interest in our approaches and that we can learn a lot from each other. Building a carbon neutral energy system is a huge undertaking, and not one country can do it on its own. We need to come together and make this energy transition a reality.
Cooperation in such a big project is key.
We have to work together in order to make sure that we can use each other's resources and can share the knowledge that is needed to make this transition happening.
This is a joint effort from parties in the Netherlands, parties in Europe, parties from all over the world. That's why we are very keen on having international partnerships.